In this video, we're going to very quickly cover a lot of the pump heads and pump head adapters that can come with different features. So with all the different variations of sizes and pumps that can come with features, you'll always find that there are different style pump heads that fit within the features. So a lot of the pumps, especially the mains power pumps, the heads are removable and they can be interchanged with different size heads so that you can connect different size tubes. We always try and supply the right pump with the right head and the right tube for your feature. But just to cover some of the questions and variations that come up. So this is one of our 200 litre per hour solar power pumps. It's got a very small head on it. That's great for things like our flower features that we've got, some of our duct water features. They come with this smaller tube here and that fits straight onto that pump there directly. No connectors or variations needed, it just fits on nice and tight. So it can be a little bit tricky. What we have got, or what I've got here on camera, is a glass of warm water. So we recommend having that at home as well. Just warm the end of the pump up, it loosens up the rubber, it allows it to get a nice easy tight fit there. A lot of our features are standard size pump. Our standard size tube is just 11mm. You'll find that in most of our medium to large features. Now obviously this one doesn't fit this connector here, so we've got an adapter head that we use for this. This is one of the adapter heads for the 200 and 250 solar pumps. That just pushes on there nice and easy. Warm up your tube just so it's nice and soft. And then what you've got here is you've got a rim that's slightly wider around the middle there. That goes inside the tube and that's what creates that watertight fitment. So as you can see there, that's what creates that watertight fitment, and then that's nice and snug on that pump there. We've got, covers that one. We've got also the 400 solar pump here. Sometimes what you need to do is you do need to reduce these down depending on the size of the feature. So what we can do with these ones is fit one of the smaller connectors. So if you've got a water feature, just lost my connector. There we go, got it back again. If you find that you've got a 400 pump and you've got a small tube, obviously we don't want it to be doing that at all because that's not going to work. So what we have to do on this one is we have to scale it down. So we put the large to medium size adapter head in and then we scale that down to the smaller size, and then that's what you connect your rubber tube onto, and that's how you would connect a 400 to a smaller tube. So you need two adapter heads for that one to scale it down. That's right, I think that's the solar ones covered. On the mains, again, as we've already covered, the majority of our pumps come with an 11mm tube, so they all come with this 11mm fitment, and then the tubes for the features themselves connect nice and snugly straight onto those, so that's quite a straightforward one. Some of our larger features come with a slightly bigger tube, and then you'll obviously get a larger pump because that's relative, and then obviously the same style, the same fitments, they go together like this. On some instances, we do have some solar pumps where we're running on the larger features. So again, going to our 400 solar pump here, this is one of our extra large solar adapters. This connects onto the solar pump just like this. You've got this wide rim here, which isn't a stop. This is actually designed to go into some of our larger tubes, which we'll cover in a minute. But for our large to medium size features here, you get this tube here and that fits on again, just like that. So this adapter does two different size tubes. It does our 20mm tube, I believe this one is, and then we've got our 25mm tube to come. So with the larger tubes on the solar head adapters, a little bit tricky again, but what you want to do is you want to get that watertight fitment nice and snug inside the tube, and that stops any sort of water coming back down and stopping the flow of water yourself. So that's those variations covered. Some of our bigger pumps have got screw head adapters. So on variations, we need to sometimes provide a different size head, so they will just unscrew. And then obviously you can then put a slightly larger tube size on there for different types of tubes. I haven't got a tube to fit this one at the moment, so that's just an example there that we've got. On our 200 pump here, again, you can take the pump head out, nice and simple. Change that down to one of the smaller heads. Oh, no, I haven't got one on hand. Oh, there's one over there. Just following on from before, so we've got one of our 333 pumps here. Again, this is a smaller head adapter here that goes into the pump. So that just pushes in there nice and snug, and then that allows it to connect to one of our smaller tubes. So that's one of the adapter heads for that pump. But we've got all different size pumps and adapter heads on the website, so you can have a look for those. If you've got any questions, feel free to give us a call and ask. We always do try and supply the right pump for the right feature with the right size tube, but obviously just let us know if you need any spare parts or something like that. We can always match something up. So we might require some photographs from you or some measurements. The reason we're asking for those, obviously, because we've got so many variations. This is obviously just a handful of it, but it gives you a good idea as to how your components to go together.